There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find them.
What is up, and welcome back. It's Scovos bringing you another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video today. And in today's video, we're going to be going over how to unlock the new weapon in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the Crossbow. We're also going to be going over all of the weapon attachments for it and the pack that you can purchase to get a blueprint for the Crossbow right now in the Call of Duty store. So in order to gain access to the Crossbow, you will need to hop into multiplayer matches with a marksman rifle and equip a reflex optic to your marksman rifle. You will need to get 5 kills in a match 25 different times. Now, even if you decide to purchase the pack containing the blueprint for the Crossbow from the Call of Duty store, you will still need to complete this challenge in order to access the Gunsmith for the Crossbow. Using just the blueprint, you are able to customize your camos and unlock them as you progress with the weapon or level it up, but you will not be able to customize any of the attachments until the challenge is complete. So the Crossbow in Call of Duty Modern Warfare is considered a marksman rifle, so that is the section that you will find this new weapon. And right now, just for example's sake, I'm under a private match so we can go over all of the weapon attachments. And our different categories are going to be cable, arms, laser, optic, stock, perk, bolt, and underbarrel. So after playing around a little bit with the Crossbow, the one thing that I would say is absolutely mandatory is going to be the perk Sleight of Hand. The reload time on the Crossbow is atrocious, and the weapon is a one-shot kill, but because of the reload time and the limited amount of ammo, reloading your bolt faster is going to mean a life or death. So other than Sleight of Hand being a pretty mandatory perk for the Crossbow, I do want to touch base on bolts as well, and then I'll read through the rest of my attachments and go over what my opinion are on which ones will be the best to use with the Crossbow. So first up, I want to say that the default bolt is not listed here, so technically you have 4 choices. Nothing attached here would give you the standard Crossbow bolt. Then we have the Fury bolt, which has explosive rounds, the Venom bolt, which has a tear gas cartridge, and the Backburn bolt, which has a thermite tip. Now, something else that I want to mention about each one of these individually is the Backburn tip bolts, which have the thermite cartridge on the tip of them, cannot be recovered no matter what. And if you do hit an enemy, it is not guaranteed that they will die right away. If they do not die right away, the thermite will kill them, but the area damage on this thermite tip is not very big. So honestly, I don't believe this is worth using at all, especially since it gives them a second or two before they burn to death to shoot you back and kill you before you can even reload your next bolt. And they cannot be recovered, so that's another downside there. For the Venom bolts, if you miss your target, you can recover these, but if you do hit an enemy, the tear gas cartridge will go off, not allowing you to pick the bolt back up. And again, these are not always going to be a one-shot kill, and the gas may not even kill the enemy here. So this is going to be a very particular bolt to use, maybe on objective type game modes where the enemy is planting the bomb, you shoot the enemy, and now there's a cloud of gas over the bomb. But even then, I don't feel like it's very useful in that scenario. For the Fury bolt or the explosive round, it will be a one-shot kill when the bolt detonates if it does not kill them on impact. But the explosive radius is not that great and again, not that beneficial. In my opinion, the standard Crossbow bolt is going to be the best choice across the board. We do have 3 different attachments for underbarrel, and I would choose attachments on this weapon to increase either recoil control and or aim down sight speed, probably aim down sight speed being the #1 priority. We do have a few different choices, 2 under the cables, 1 increasing bolt velocity and bolt accuracy. I would choose the bolt velocity, allowing your bolt to fly faster and further, hitting your target quicker. For the arms, we have 3 different choices, and I would easily choose the one with aim down sight speed. It also increases movement speed and recoil control at the cost of velocity, so that would cancel out one of the other attachments, but give you significantly more aim down sight speed. The laser also increases aim down sight speed, but will reveal your position, so this one may be hit or miss depending on what game mode you play or your game style with the Crossbow itself. As for optics, we have our pretty standard optics here, including some sniper scopes. So this is going to be more or less personal preference, but I always prefer the GI Mini Reflex. As for stocks, I would hands down choose the speed track stock because it increases aim down sight speed. The other ones give you aim walking movement speed and aiming stability. But again, aim down sight speed is going to help you a lot because you do have that one shot, so you need to make sure you can line up that shot as quickly as possible. So at the end of the day, I believe my favorite setup for the crossbow at this current moment and current state of the game is going to be selecting the XRK Quill 100 pound arm. That increases your aim down sight speed, movement speed, and recoil control. The GI mini reflex just because of personal preference. The FSS speed track stock to increase aim down sight speed. The sleight of hand perk to increase reload quickness. And the underbarrel F-Tac speed grip to increase aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. This increases your aim down sight speed as much as possible, increasing the mobility quite a bit for the crossbow. Along with the sleight of hand allowing you to reload faster, it makes the crossbow the best it can be in my opinion. So jumping right into some gameplay with the crossbow so you can see this thing in action for yourself. Now, keep in mind, I do have all of the attachments I just showed you on this weapon, including sleight of hand, so keep that in mind every single time I reload, because it does still take quite a bit of time. Something else I want to point out about the crossbow is the velocity of the bolts. That might be something you want to focus on as well as aim down sight speed and using sleight of hand, because as you can see right now, these shots are missing, and I feel like that has a lot to do with the auto aim. The auto aim is locking me directly onto this bot, and instead of shooting slightly in front of them or leading their movement just a hair with the crossbow, even though I'm so close, the auto aim is making me aim directly at them and the bolts are trailing slightly behind. So if you're going to be playing up close and personal or like a run and gun playstyle with a crossbow for some reason, just keep that in mind that even though you're really close, the crossbow bolts do take that split second to travel. And if you're aiming directly at them, that split second could be missing a shot and dying, or hitting the shot and getting that kill off. Now, as far as my equipment and perks go with my crossbow setup, I really like using stim. This allows me to get my tactical sprint back just by using the stim to get out of sticky situations, or to rush enemies, or into buildings, or whatever it may be while using the crossbow setup. Because of the reload time being so long, that extra bit of movement can really mean life or death. In combination with stim, I like using restock to get those stims back over time, as well as scavenger to make sure I don't run out of bolts in any of those scenarios. I also like using the tracker perk to allow me to see enemy footprints and marking the enemy death locations. Since the weapon is pretty much silent, this is a pretty useful one to hunt down your enemies and kill them with ease. And throughout this entire private match, using the standard crossbow bolt, there was only one instance where I did not get a one-shot kill, and you've seen that in the gameplay just a moment ago. I managed to shoot the bot directly in the thigh, and they did not die from one crossbow bolt. And that's with the standard bolts, which have the highest chance to kill for a single shot. The only exception to that is going to be the thermite or explosive ones, where if you do hit them in the leg, because the thermite damage or explosive damage does take a second to kick in, it would have gotten that kill off. But they still would have had that split second to shoot me back. And a real player probably would have killed me during that split second, regardless of whether they died afterwards or not. So if any of you out there were worried about the crossbow being overpowered, fear not. I do not believe this weapon in any way, shape, or form will dominate multiplayer. The only thing is you might see it quite a bit because A, it's a brand new weapon in the game, and B, there's going to be people out there grinding the camo challenges for this weapon. And with the different crossbow bolts being slightly underpowered in my opinion, the standard bolt is going to be your most consistent and giving you the best kill death ratio with this weapon. So you're not going to have to worry about exploding next to your teammates like we've seen in Black Ops games with those kind of crossbows, where it could wipe out multiple enemies with one shot. That is not the case with the crossbow in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But on the flip side, I'm sure there were some of you out there who wanted this crossbow to be overpowered, who wanted the explosive tip to act like a grenade going off and be able to wipe multiple enemies with a single blow. Let me know in the comment section down below, are you happy with the way the crossbow is in the game? What do you want to see changed? Or is it perfect the way it is? And that will wrap up the video for today. I want to thank you for stopping by. Please click that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a bit, and it'll help me help you by putting out more quality content. And if you did like the video, you can also click that thumbs up button. If you did not like the video, you're more than welcome to click the thumbs down as well. And as always, let me know what you think below in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of this. And if you want to know right when my videos go live, you're more than welcome to click the bell icon to get notified when they do right away. As always, I hope you have a good evening, morning, night, afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are, but thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in my next videos.